let's talk about championship parlays. So we have 4 sports that we are picking as champions. And we thought, okay, if we put that into one nice, neat, and tidy parlay, what kind of payout would we get? So the 4 sports we're looking at: college football, the NFL, Major League Baseball, and the NBA. So Aaron, what do you have in your championship parlay?
Yeah, so for the NFL, I decided to go with the Ravens here. I wanted to go with a team that wasn't chalky, and at 18 to 1, or depending on where you do your shopping and look for these numbers for your parlay. I thought that was a pretty good number on a team that last year the Ravens looked really good to start the season, and then Lamar gets hurt, and then there's the contract distractions and all of that. Now he's got weapons. Now he has a new offensive coordinator. We all know John Harbaugh and his special teams unit is always top notch. So I don't expect their defense to be bad, but I just think this Ravens team is going to be really good. And if they can put it all together at 18 to 1, there's some good value there. I mentioned it in headlines. I like the Orioles to win the World Series. So I'm going with 2 Baltimore teams here. This Orioles team has been steady Eddie. They're not just like this team that's, like a flash in the pan. Like, this has just been good luck. I mean, they started building last year. It's carried over into this season. I really like the pitching. They've got the hitting. They can put it all together. So I'm going to go with the Orioles at 9 to 1 to win the World Series. This one is chalky. And how does Kirby Smart, and the Georgia football team keep it going, but at plus 220, not a lot of value. They're trying to sustain a high level of success, but I just think this is a Georgia team that's so much better than everyone else. I did think about putting Clemson in there. Everyone seems high on Clemson that's come on our show. Horvey, Felder. We've had some other college football experts come on who really, really like Clemson, but I decided to just go with the chalk. And then the Nuggets. I just think they're going to run it back. If everyone's healthy, I just think that how can I bet against Jokic? That is my guy that I always back, and he's durable. I just think this team is poised for more success. So at plus 475, I'm going to put that together, and let me see. It was like the odds. I have it right here, 3,500 to 1.
You do have to be a little chalky when putting together these parlays. And certainly I have a couple of chalk plays here, but I completely went in different directions for all of them. The sports I have chalk for are the other ones, and the ones where I went out on a slight limb are different sports. So, of course, that's how we're going to do this. Let's see. We'll start with Major League Baseball. I guess we'll do this in chronological order. The Atlanta Braves are just dynamite right now. They're just head over heels better than everybody else. And especially if Max Fried is, back to 100%, then to me, the Braves are just that much better than everyone else. And the path is really good for them. I think the Dodgers are the only threat in the National League to me. So I like the Braves a lot at plus 310. Chalk here for the NFL, Chiefs at 6 to 1. Best quarterback in football, arguably the best head coach right now in the NFL. That's still a really tough combination to beat, and the path is also good for them. And if they get the 1 seed in the AFC, watch out. Missing that game or missing wild card weekend, having home field advantage, those things matter greatly. Okay, not chronological order. College football. I get Georgia. Certainly they're rolling right now. That's fine. But this isn't the most analytical thing I've ever said, but have you ever watched Nick Saban press conferences lately? He's smiling a lot more. He seems in a much more upbeat mood than he normally is. And I almost want to read into that like he knows his Crimson Tide is just a little bit better than what the media believes. Maybe not, but even though there are quarterback questions and all sorts of stuff, I wonder if he knows something because, boy, he just seems really happy right now, and that should make everybody else really nervous. So 6 to 1, Alabama, I think that's fine. And then in the NBA, yeah, the Nuggets are good, but I think so are the Phoenix Suns. I do think that tier is much higher than, say, everyone else in the Western Conference. Suns give a better payout. they have additional options offensively that they didn't have a season ago. So let's roll with the Suns here for this parlay. So when you whip it all up, put it together, I have 140-1.
AFC East. I know it's not exciting. I went with the chalk. Plus 125 at BetMGM for the Bills. I can see a situation where the Jets win this, but too many questions with Aaron Rodgers after how he looked last season and his age. The same situation with the Dolphins at 3-1. I could certainly see them winning this division, but a lot of question marks with Tua, and they've got some other issues going on with other players too that came out this week. So there is some pause for me there. The Patriots might not be that bad, but they're not winning this division. They're just not. So I went with the Bills there in the AFC East. Moving on to the AFC North. Now, I did do it just for funsies here. Call it an overreaction. Some may say overreaction Monday. I say overreaction Friday after what I saw from Kenny Pickett and this preseason. I am going Steelers plus 450 to win the AFC North. Now, do I really think they're going to win it? No, but it's a little bit of a hedge because I'm very high on the Ravens. So if for some reason things don't work out for the Bengals and the Ravens and the Browns, the Steelers are there. And you got to get some better odds in these parlays because I can't have all chalk here. Okay? So we're going on to the AFC South. Actually, I skipped over that one. I did skip over the division winners that I think are going to win, like the Jags that are minus money. I just left them out. I do think the Jags are going to win that one. So at minus 155 at BetMGM, I decided to leave that one out of my parlay. And the same goes with the Chiefs. But I did add the Eagles in for some reason. I guess I thought that would be a good idea.
Oh, I know the reason.
Because it's an auto fade of the Cowboys. And the Giants and the Commanders are not winning it. I think the Eagles could be back in the Super Bowl too. So I'm going to stick with the Eagles winning the NFC East back-to-back seasons. And as far as the NFC North, you know where I'm going. Jake hates it. He thinks it's a bit that I love Kirk Cousins. It's not a bit. And they are going to win the NFC North at plus 260. The Lions, they're the favorite, so I skipped over them. The Packers could be right there, but I think maybe it's a year too soon for them. I need to see more from Jordan Love. I don't think it's going to happen his, first season taking over there in Green Bay. And it's not the Bears. NFC South, I went with the Saints, plus 130 for the favorite in the division. Derek Carr, he's got tons of weapons, and let's just face it, that whole division stinks. NFC West, did I pick one? Oh, yeah, I had to. Seahawks at plus 190. It's definitely not the Niners. Rams at 10-1, that would be wild. And it's definitely not going to be the Cardinals.